sun is coming up. That's what matters. Early bird gets the worm or something.
It say here, the early bird gets the worm.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new video. Shawn's the name, and today I'm going to be telling you about 25 decently paying jobs that you can do from anywhere in the world. I guess people like to call these digital nomad jobs. Okay guys, check it out. I'm actually headed to the lake with two friends before work, but then last night I thought, hell, if I'm gonna get up that early to go to the lake in the morning, I might as well just work from the lake today, because why the hell not? And then I thought, well, hey, that's pretty badass to most people being able to do that, and it's actually not that hard to be able to do that, so why don't I make a video on it showing people how to work from basically anywhere in the world. So that's what we're doing today. If you think that's pretty badass as well, smash a like on the video. But before we get into those 25 things, I'm gonna shred a little bit. Alright, I just dropped my friends off at the dock. It's about 7 a.m. They have to go to work right now. Lame. But give me a few seconds to set the old office up, and then we'll go through this list. All right, I got my laptop, check. I've got my high-speed Wi-Fi from my phone, check. I've got my brain juice, check. Got my brain killer, check. I've even got my my soft and soothing music. All right, now we've got one of the most sophisticated offices in the world. Now, in this video and with this list, I want to stray away from passive income streams, because I've already made a video on that, on the 10 best passive income streams you can have. And we all know that if you've got passive income rolling in, then you can really work from anywhere in the world. So I want to stray away from that in this video, and I want to stay solely on active income streams you can do from literally anywhere. So if you haven't seen that video on the top 10 best passive income streams that you can do, check the link in the description after this one to go watch that video. So realistically, in today's day and age, there are so many jobs that you can work from literally anywhere with just a laptop and some Wi-Fi from maybe your phone or from a coffee shop or somewhere around you. So why not take advantage of it? And actually, let's go into the conference room to talk about the importance of a digital nomad job. Let's go in the conference room. So now that we're in the conference room, let's talk about something that a lot of people don't realize with a digital nomad job. First of all, you have to realize that you're going to be working just as much, if not even more, as a digital nomad or as someone who works from anywhere that they want to. A lot of people think that you're just going to work 3 to 4 hours a day and, oh, you know, you can go travel and do whatever you want. No, that's not really the case. With most of these jobs, actually, you end up working more than normal. I work on average probably 60 to 70 hours a week, and I actually enjoy what I do, so I don't mind it. But I'm able to work from anywhere in the world, which is awesome. But you do have to realize that you're not going to be working just 3 to 4 hours a day. You're still going to be working at least 40, if not more than 40 hours a week. And I'm gonna actually get into what I do and how I'm able to work from anywhere in the world at the end of this video. So if you want to know that, then just stay tuned. And then secondly, the jobs I'm gonna be talking about today actually range and pay a ton. I mean, some of them will be around that $25,000 to $40,000 a year kind of range, and then some of them actually go upwards of $125K a year. Some of them require no skills, some of them require a lot of skills. So that's kind of where we're gonna be at on the pay range scale. A lot of people think, oh, if you're a digital nomad, then you're going to be making no money and you're just going to be getting by enough for you to travel. Not the case. I know a lot of people who travel around the world who make over 6 figures a year and they love what they do. So there's my little disclaimer, I guess. Again, some people like to just travel and get by with the money they make from their job to travel. Some people like to actually build wealth. This list is going to have you covered for whatever you want to do, whatever your goal is, if you just want to get by to be able to travel the world, or if you want to build some wealth. So this list will get you covered. All right, let's head back into my office to get us started. Okay, so this list is in no particular order, by the way, but number one, we're going to be starting out with a virtual assistant. Now, what's a virtual assistant? Well, a virtual assistant is pretty much someone who manages someone else's schedule, or maybe orders things for them, or just takes care of kind of some nitty-gritty things that someone else doesn't want to do. For example, let's say there's a CEO of a company. He usually has an assistant who handles a lot of his stuff. You can basically be a virtual assistant that does all of that with your laptop and your phone. Number two is an active online instructor. Now, I say active because, I'm an online instructor, but I've got some passive income because of that. Active is like an actual class where I've taken classes before in college where an instructor literally makes assignments for me, grades my papers for me, does everything a normal teacher would do, just does it remotely. And that's one that's going to get more and more popular as more things get actually moved to online. But the next one is actually data entry. Now, this is something that's super simple. All you are literally doing is taking data and inputting it into your computer. So you could basically get a scanned PDF and you can digitalize it, put it in, or you can get like a bunch of numbers or statistics and throw it into a Excel sheet. Or data entry is so simple. You don't get paid a ton, but it's a very mindless job that can just kind of soothe some people, typing away, getting some stuff done, and making some okay money. Now, number four on this list is vlogging or blogging. And I know this can be a passive income stream for a lot of people, but if you're gonna be traveling the world, then I highly recommend that you actively vlog or blog your trip, so you actually have it as a memory bank, but then you can also make some money on it as well. So it's kind of a double whammy there. I don't want this to get confused with just YouTube, where you can make money off videos that were like done years ago. This is more of an active thing. Number five is a transcriber. Now, this is someone who basically listens to audio and transcribes it, whether it's into a video or whether it's just into a video script for someone. Transcribing, again, is one of those very simple things. You can throw in some headphones, make a little money. I've seen a lot of people actually freelance with it, where they'll say, hey, for every 2 minutes of video, you give me 10, 15 bucks, and they make their money that way. Super simple. And number 6 on our list is actually something called Etsy. If you've never heard of Etsy before, I recommend going and checking out the website. It's a place for people who make handmade like arts and crafts for them to sell it. So I actually know a good friend of mine who makes scrunchies, like these really unique scrunchies for girls, and she sells them and makes good money on it. And you can do that anywhere in the world. You can make a bunch of them, sell them on Etsy, and be good there. I actually used to, when I was younger, I was like 12, I used to make duct tape wallets. If you've never seen a duct tape wallet, they're hilarious, and I used to make them back in the day. I'd buy, when duct tape was like $1 or $2 a roll, I'd buy duct tape and I'd make a wallet out of it and I'd sell it for like 10 bucks, and I thought I was making so much money. And that's another place for you to just kind of take whatever your passion or whatever you're good at arts and crafts wise, put them up on Etsy and make some money off it. Number 7 is a graphic designer, and this one's actually really cool because more and more people are needing graphic designers. Now, I've done a ton of work in Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, all those kind of programs, so I could go be a graphic designer for a big company, or I could do it kind of freelancing for a lot of people. I actually have a friend who only makes YouTube thumbnails for people, and he makes about like 30 to 40K a year, and he loves doing that. I have another friend who only does like airbrushes and touch-ups for like Instagram models and makes some good money that way. So graphic design is another really great thing where if you've got a lot of experience, you might as well take advantage of it. Number 8 is a web developer. Now, this is one of those ones that can make you a lot of money. If you really know how to make a website, you can be a web developer and make upwards of 100K a year. You can do it freelancing or working for a company. I've actually got a buddy who does a lot of my websites. I mean, I know a little bit about websites, but I really like to have him do it because he's really good at it. He's really cheap. I got your website guy hookup, so get in contact with me if you do need a website. But that guy makes some good money money and he's actually in Canada, then he's able to do a lot of work for me. Number 10 is Inactive Photographer. Now this is not something like I mentioned in my other video where you take a photo, you sell it, and it's kind of stock photography. This is more, hey, there's a wedding, I'll go be a photographer. Hey, you need some portraits, I'll go be a photographer. Or really just taking pictures of events and kind of, making some money off it that way. The photographer life usually isn't the really money-making kind of life, but a lot of people really enjoy it, so it's an option. And then on the flip side of that, number 11 is one of the ones where you can make a lot of money or lose a lot of money, and it's actually day trading stocks. So I've got a few friends who all they do is they wake up in the morning, they day trade stocks, they make good money. One thing to keep in mind with this is if you do want to travel abroad and really be a true nomad, it's great because if you're going to go to Europe, the stock market is on kind of a different timeline than, Europe. So you'd basically be, doing your fun stuff in Europe in the morning, and then around noon, 1 o'clock or whatever, whenever the market opens in America, that's when you actually start working. So I've got some friends who do that. They love it. Number 12, Translator. This is amazing, especially if you plan on traveling. You can go be a translator for events or for specific people. Again, not something that's going to make you a ton of money, but it's an option. Number 13 is a social media agency. This is actually super simple. If you are a younger person and you know a lot about social media, or you could be an older person, but the younger generation really knows a lot about social media, you can actually kind of go to a company and say, hey, I will manage all of your social media for you. Here's kind of my track record. Here's what I could do for you. You could pay me $500, $1,000 a month. You get a few companies and you've got enough money to kind of, make 30, 40, 50K a year. I actually used to own my own digital marketing agency, and I had a few clientele, and it was great. I was making good money. I was able to do whatever I wanted. I actually sold that to a buddy to kind of work my clientele for me because I got kind of too busy with other projects, but it's a great way to make some good money, and a lot of people want their social media work. They just don't have the time for it, so they're willing to pay people. Number 14 is a proofreader, another very simple, self-explanatory job. Again, not going to be making a lot of money, but if you really like grammar and English or whatever language you're in, then proofreading is a good option. Number 15 is a really cool one that I actually did for a little bit, and I really enjoyed it, actually. I didn't make a ton of money, but I enjoyed it, and it's actually voice acting. So you can go on a website called Backstage.com, and basically, I don't know, kind of like acting, but you kind of try out for a voice acting role, and all you need is a really cheap microphone that sounds really good, a very quiet place where there's not a lot of echoing. I'd recommend looking up like a 15 mic, F-I-F-T-I-N-E, 15 mic. They're great microphones. They plug in via USB. You don't need anything. I could literally be sitting here right now with this USB and voice acting while I'm out at the lake. So another great option to kind of make a little bit of money, and it's actually really fun. Number 16, this is a video and / audio editor as more and more podcasts are popping up. A lot of people want to do video. A lot of companies know that video is a big deal to grow their business, but a lot of them just don't know how to make a video, whether that's filming the video or editing the video. So you can be a video editor and kind of charge, anywhere from $20 to $60 an hour, to edit videos. And depending on kind of what clientele you can get, you can make some really good money doing this. Not to mention, you're going to have a lot of fun with it because you're going to be able to make some really cool videos. Number 17, and I wanted to keep this on the list because a lot of people don't think you can do this abroad, but it is actually accounting. Now, my accountant, he's got his own little office where he does all of my kind of taxes and accounting stuff, but you can literally do that from anywhere in the world. I mean, I meet with him one time a year to do my taxes, and realistically, I don't even need to meet with him. I could send him all of my 1099s or all of my documents, and he can do it all for me without actually meeting him. A lot of this personal interaction that we do is starting to get more and more online. Number 18 is a travel agent / planner. So if you like traveling and moving around, you could actually plan other people's trips. Again, this is not something that's going to be making you a good amount of money, but it is something if you really enjoy planning events or traveling and you know a lot about a bunch of different places, you can kind of sell your services as a travel planner. 19, interior designer. Now, I am blown away by how much interior designers actually make. When I was designing my place, I started just looking up. I was curious. I was like, how much does an interior designer make? And they make really good money. I mean, for what they're doing, I think it's simple. I know it's kind of a little bit more complex, but if you really like design and you know what like a good house or a good style or a good theme looks like, You can sell your services as an interior designer, and really all that you need is a picture of someone's place. You put together kind of your sketches or whatever you want to put together for them, and you can make some good money being an interior designer. Number 20 is something you don't need any experience at all whatsoever, and it is an online support tech. So all of us know by now, if we have an issue with something, like if my phone wasn't working or this laptop wasn't working, I could go onto the company's website. Sure, I could find a support number and call and sit on hold and deal with someone that I can barely understand and I really hate it. Or most companies have an online chat button. You can get your situation figured out way quicker, and it's awesome. And those people on the other end aren't usually in the same area as you. They are from around the world. So you can be an online support tech. All you have to know is the systems, get trained for a bigger company, and then just log your hours. Hey, I'm going to work from these 8 hours of the day, or these 9 or these 10 hours of the day, and this is what I'm going to be an online support tech. It's actually phenomenal. Number 21 is something I actually used to do out of college, and it is being a recruiter. Now, a recruiter is someone who actually finds a job for someone else, or a company has a job opening and they find a person to fill that job spot. You can make some good money this way if you actually grind it out and do really well. You get paid off something called spread. The more people you place in a job, the more money you make. And as always, you don't need to be in the office. Everyone that I placed in recruiting, I never saw face to face. How crazy is that? Okay, next one we've got is actually being a nutritionist. Now, these nutritionists actually make good money too. A lot of people who might be, overweight or out of shape or need some sort of healthy balance, healthy, mindset going, they'll call a nutritionist, or a nutritionist will, hey, here's your diet for this week. Here's your ingredients. Here's your recipes. Here's everything you need to eat healthy this week. Here you go. And I know some nutritionists who make some really good money. So that's an awesome one. You do need to have a little bit of skill or background in that, or actually be passionate about it to get some clientele. But being a nutritionist is really good. 23, an artist or an animator. And these people can make some really good money. Again, you've got to have a skill for this. But back in the day when I used to do a lot of animations on my various YouTube channels, I would obviously contract that out. I cannot animate. I would contract that out. And those animators, while they do spend a ton of time on a project, they make a ton of money on it because their skill is really awesome. And a lot of people love seeing some amazing animations. Same thing goes for artists. I obviously can't draw anything. An artist can make some good money. The next one is actually to be a product reviewer. Now, a product reviewer is actually something very interesting that not a lot of people know you make money on, but you could literally make money by just reviewing products online. You'll actually see when there's a lot of top likes or people finding a lot of reviews helpful on Amazon. If you actually go to that person's account, you'll see that they have reviewed over like 1,000 different things, and companies actually pay them to review their products, whether this is in a written review, video review, or in like an audio review. So product reviewers actually make good money. You don't need to do this freelancing. You can actually go sign up on other websites, and the websites will actually send you products to review, and it's great. And number 25 is a real estate agent or a mortgage broker, which is what I do. I'm a mortgage broker. Now, I would say about 95% of my clients, maybe even 99% of my clients, I do not see. Everything that I do can be done through email and over the phone, okay? Even when they go in to sign their loan documents or their property documents, they're going into a title company's office. They're not coming into my office. So I really never see my clientele, and sometimes that's a bummer because I like to meet the other people on the end of the email or the phone calls. But for the most part, I don't really get to meet them, and because of that, I'm able to work from out here or anywhere in the world. And again, that does not mean that you are not working. I am pretty much on call 24/7. I always need to have Wi-Fi access to respond to emails immediately, or else things get delayed, or I need to be able to go in and change some things if needed. Now, again, this is kind of a, good thing and a bad thing because, one, I'm able to be out here and I get to work from here today, but a bad thing is I am literally always working. But all of these jobs will really let you travel anywhere you want to be, or if you just want to work from home. I'm not really a classic 9 to 5 kind of guy going into the office and being there from this hour on the dime to this hour, and you can't leave early, you can't come late. I really don't like that. So if you are someone who wants to travel, or if you're someone who just wants a flexible schedule, all these jobs will allow you to do that. I love being able to work from home or being able to work from out here. It just makes my life a lot more enjoyable. Again, not for everyone, and another thing you need to keep in mind is that some companies really like having people work abroad and work kind of remotely because it saves them a lot of money in overhead. For example, my office is very small because only, I would say, 20 to 30% of the employees actually go into the office. So that allows my CEO to pretty much say, you know what, I don't need to have a massive office. I'm going to pay for the smaller one because most people work remote. No brainer to me, but again, not everyone is like me. You need to be motivated to actually get stuff done every day. Hopefully this list has helped you. And again, if you haven't seen the top 10 passive ways to make income, definitely check the link in the description for that. But again, hopefully you got some ideas from this. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new around here, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. But I think that's it. I think I'll see you guys in the next video. Ah, shit. Now I'm gonna get everything wet.